Stream now. Hello, 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 hello. It says that we are live. It's your boy Nick, HOUTX Trader in Houston, Texas, live. Right, meow. Hey guys, this is just for training. This is not financial advice. If you guys need financial advice, please go see a financial planner. Give me a second as I'm just screwing around on the here's a chance to help you YouTube creators. No, I don't want this. So I'm just looking here on the back page of YouTube and seeing if, here we go, just making sure that it's up and it is live and we are good to go. So let me put this up here. Bingo. And put that up here. So just give me a second around. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do here, and I don't really honestly even expect people to join in on this live. It's just basically me. It's 6:30 in the morning, so an hour before the market or before the news drops, and there's really not even news today. So my goal for this morning was just to get up and try to snipe an entry on 30. Now I was a little impatient this morning, so last week on Friday I caught an entry, a really good entry, like right here. I protected it, right? And I said, well, if this gets knocked out, maybe it's like right in this area. I said, well, if this gets knocked out, I'm going to re-enter again at the 88.6, right? So here we go. 88.6, which it just hit. Well, when I woke up this morning, this was knocked out and this did not hit. This is the wick that knocked me out right there. It did not hit the 88.6 and it was starting to go. And I was like, was I like 3 pips away? Was it going to hit me, knock me out, and then leave without triggering my other entry? And I was just like, what the shit? I was figuring that would happen with a wick up and down. And if it did knock me out within a minute, it would have tagged me in my second entry with a lot size is double the size. So if I went like a half a lot the first time, I was going a full lot the second entry, and it took off. And I was like, oh. So then I manually entered right here, or maybe it was right there, but you get the idea. I manually entered in this area. I actually got a worse position than my original entry, which is retarded, but it's only by like 3 pips or 4 pips, whatever. So yeah, I'm in a bit of drawdown now. It is what it is. Again, my original entry is right on the 78.6, and so I'm in. I lost a couple pips there, but it's all good. I'm in for a lot size that's double size. What's up, DC? Hey, I didn't really even expect anyone to be joining in this morning just because it's at a weird time, but I was up and yeah, I said, fuck it, I'm trading. Oh shit. Thanks, dude. Share screen. No, entire screen. Yeah, there we go. That helps. For some reason on my end, it's blinking. I don't know why. Okay, there it is. Okay, so like I was saying, last Friday, I caught that entry right over here on the 78.6. Actually, it must have been right here. I caught the entry because it pushed down. I fibbed the 78.6 and caught that entry right there. So here's the entry I caught on Friday. Something like that. And then I moved to break even. And then, of course, it got tagged at break even this morning. Right there. And I had a sell limit on the 88.6. So I saw that there was like a little miniature gap here between where my broke even and where my next entry was. So I had like a half a lot sitting here. And I said, well, if this breaks even, comes back up to 88.6, I'll throw in for a full lot. I'm going to double down on my position size because it's a small stop loss. It's okay. I'm not over leveraging. And then it started to take off. And I was like, motherfucker. So when it came back up to here in this area, I entered again manually. And sure enough, there it is, just tacked me in. Would have tacked me in my sell limit, but I deleted it. So I'm in again now for a full lot, which is double the size that I was in on Friday. There's no news happening this morning, so I don't know if there's going to be any volatility. But I just wanted to be in. Again, I'm only risking like, I don't even know if I'm risking a full 0.5%. But I'm in for a full lot, which if this thing does go, will make up a lot of ground really fast. So yeah. So what I'm seeing is that if we want to look at 30 on the higher time frame, and actually it's the same thing really on NAS. I'm entering on NAS as well. On the higher time frames, let's just go to the 2 hour, let's say. and I have so I'm starting to add some sauce to my trading. I'm starting to add some more confluences because so let's just cover that real quick. Last maybe it was 2 years ago, I had a lot of luck marking off London zones, right? So if you come in here and look, you see these little boxes are London zones. So on my indicators, it's called sessions. I mark off London time zone 03, and maybe it's even 02, but it's close enough 03, 02, something like that, to 7:30, which is when news pops at my time. Okay, and I mark those off London, and then I have the style as purple right here. So, um, what I would do then is I would mark off the tops and bottoms, especially if they were in the same area. So, like this top of London is right here at the bottom of this London, right? And so the top of this London is at the bottom of this London. So I would mark off these areas, uh, and then look for reaction zones. So I'm going to start doing that again. Not necessarily that I'm going to be trading off of those, but I'm going to be paying more attention to those. So what I did this morning was I came back out, and if price is, I know it's kind of hard to see right now, but if price is here, right there, then I want to look at these London sessions over here, and probably even these. Just look at this area because that's where our price is at, right? So what I did is I just came over here. I went to the 1 hour. All right. So I went to the top and I just marked off some of these zones, right? So we could probably dial this one in a little bit. So the bottom of this London, this top there meets the top of that one. This bottom doesn't really meet nothing, but it does have this area here, right? The bottom here meets this little consolidation, this consolidation. The top meets the almost the bottom. So I just put like a little double stacker. If I double stack them close like that with each other, I kind of know those are like more important because they're so close. And then we had the bottom there kind of meet the top here, right? And so I just marked off those lines. Again, it's not necessarily that I'm going to be taking those entries, but if those entries happen to match up or those lines happen to match up with what market price action is doing, it gives me just a little bit more confidence. Like back in the day, I probably would have put like a sell limit right there and just said, well, let's just see if it hits, right? And if I have like a stop loss of 50 pips, I would just arbitrarily put in stop losses, or excuse me, sell limits like that, and put like a 50 pip stop loss, and just have my risk according. And dude, it used to hit fucking all the time. Matter of fact, that's how I passed my very first FTMO, was with that. And with FTMO, it would target was 10%. So making 10% off FTMO is not fucking easy. And I did it the real way. I didn't just throw a stupid big lot size and hope to catch one trade and pass the challenge. No, I did it legitly. That was like I think 2 years ago. But anyways, so I'm going to start adding some of these London time zones, and perhaps it'll be better if we had more of like a consolidation area. Like if we're working down in here, it would probably be better. But since London's so far away, I'm not really sure how much weight that's going to hold. But anyways, I'm starting to add it. So if we go look to the bigger time frames, the overall idea for me, and I showed this on the video last night. So I don't know if you guys watched the video last night, but if we look at this and we come over here and we go to Ghost Trade, I think it's called Ghost Trade, right? And you look at this area right here, I'm pretty sure, no, that's not it. Delete that. What is it called? Bar patterns? Maybe it's bar patterns. And we look at this. All right. And I broke this down pretty good in the video last night. So I'm not sure if you guys saw it or you saw it. You're the only one on here. But if you look, these things are, it's pretty close. I'm not sure if it was US3. I did this on NAS yesterday, actually. But if we look, I mean, the pattern is close. It's not the same though. On NASDAQ, it marks up much better. But what I'm trying to say is, the last time we had a break in a retracement, this time, right? Maybe it was on the daily was what I did it on. Let me see. Yeah, so we're taking this. this retracement, and we're superposing it on this, right? So it's a little bit different because if we just give me a minute as I walk through this. The low is here, and then it retraced. This one came down lower to there, which is almost this bottom right here. So it is a bit different. Again, the markets rhyme; they don't necessarily match. Yeah, yeah, no worries, man. I'm just kind of talking rap myself. So, um, no, is it? And then this is really pulling back right now, so it's not the same. Let me get rid of that. Mm-hmm. Into the old reasons. Okay, so all the good people go. I wonder if it, even this, I don't think it's the same. I mean, it's not far. It's just not the same. Okay. Anyways, so I mean, this is obviously recording because it's going to be live, so people can watch this later if they wanted to. But what I'm saying is we've had this good market flow, and then now we're having a good market flow back up. We're really at the retracement level, the 88.6. I know you can't see it because I got all these lines everywhere, so let's just hide these lines. It's at the sell zone, right? On the bigger time frames, it's at the sell zone. It's a good, healthy retracement. Okay, if we reset this and come back in now, it has not hit the 88.6. So I do realize that this is still, this does have room, and we haven't hit the trend line again. So this is a riskier trade. Okay. Now, if we come back in here, of course, it's pushing against me. Let's remove these. I don't need this. I don't need this. And is it going to fill this wick? But we are kind of now divergent too, though. This is the 30-minute. We're oversold. We're oversold here. And the next tip is there, which is lower. The next tip is there, which is lower. And now it's setting another one, which is lower. So, I mean, man, this is the entry. The entry's right now. Now, I realize this could come up a bit higher. Let's delete this, and let's figure out where this is going to go. There's the 236 extension right there. This is the entry. God, should I double down on this fucking trade? I don't want to over leverage, but man, I kind of feel like I have to enter again. Well, I'm going to do it again. I can't be a fucking bitch. Full lot. And let's just fucking sell this bitch right now. 1, 2. Let's give it one more minute. This is on. Let's look on the. That's on the 15. Let's look at the minute. Let's be patient. Fuck it. Let's be patient. No, I'm not being patient. So, all right. I entered another full lot just now, and my stop loss is going to be 39,600. I'm not giving it much breathing room. Okay, there it is. Full lot. Just entered again. Right there. All right, let's go, baby. Okay, so my idea is right on the 15-minute time frame. We were divergent, right? We're definitely divergent on the 15-minute time frame. This is now the third, not even really the third, but multiple touches. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, but really it's a double top, and we filled the wick. So I'm playing now like a double top wick fill, which it is. And then if we look at the bigger time frame, let me reset this. If we look at the bigger time frame and we go from here to here, this move, there's the TP, the 23.6, right? And look at right where that was at. That's right on the 23.6. Right there, which is right at the top of that wick. So that told me that this retracement here It came here, it screwed around, and then it hit the 236 extension, which was that move. And now it's double topping. So again, I only have a few pip stop loss. So, um, it is what it is. That's the stop loss because I don't want it to go higher than that. So we're having a 18 pip stop loss. If this goes now, this is the thing though. If this goes, I fully expect it to come at least to this order block. So if it comes to the top of that order block, which is also the 61.8 extension as I have marked off on that first little fibby on the sell side, right, which is right there, that's a 18-to-1 trade on a full lot. That's a fucking that's a grip. That's a grip. So I see it's wicking down. Let's go back to the 3-minute. We need this to reject. Again, we're not giving it much room. If it doesn't reject, it is what it is. This is obviously sketchy trading. This is obviously risky, but we have confluences, right? We have the 88.6 on the bigger time frame. We have the double top. We have divergence. Uh, divergence also goes with the RSI being overbought, oversold. We're not over risking. We're still within our risk, right? The only problem is now I've got two lots. I've got two full lots in on 30, which is not a small amount. Let's check on NASDAQ real quick because I might be getting in a second NASDAQ position here any minute now. And again, there's the 88.6. And did it not trigger? It did not trigger my limit. All right. But there's the 88.6. So with NASDAQ, again, if we come back out to, let's say, the 15-minute, on the higher time frame, you can see this is the 88.6 right here. So we're right there on the 88.6. On the 15-minute time frame, we still have higher highs and higher lows. It hasn't broke technically. We do have the trend line here on the bottom side. If if it breaks from here and it breaks this trend line, perhaps we just enter manually right there, or it's going to hit my sell limit, which it has not done right there on the 88.6. So on the 15-minute time frame, we have overbought here. It was divergent, as you can see, and then it sold off, came back up. And so really now we're also getting divergent because the price is going up, and it hasn't broke it on the RSI yet. And it hasn't beat it on the RSI yet. It did do it here, though. So this is really the top, and it hasn't gone higher than the price action hasn't gone higher here than right there. So this part of the RSI is still matching up correctly. But that doesn't matter. I mean, we don't have to always have divergent. But the fact that it was overbought here, and now we're getting back to those same levels in the RSI with the same price is and it's getting lower is a good confirmation for me. So it looks like we're about to get triggered in here now any second now. We'll see. Again, this is a small stop loss. So I'm not too worried about the 30 pips. It is what it is. Let's go to the smaller time frame. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go here and we'll go NASDAQ. All right. And we'll want the 3-minute on here and on here as well. Okay, here we go. Now, I would love to see, and again, if we're trying to scalp and we look at price action, this would then be the local swing low, right? That would be the local swing low. We would want the price to come back to at least sweep out this liquidity here, right? And we have some areas, I don't want to say it's really a fair value gap, but we do have this sell candle right there that did get touched, so that's taken out. Just trying to look and see if we see some sort of price action that gives indication this will want to come back down. And that candle got touched. I mean, this is actually pretty good price action. I'm not going to lie. If we look, let's just say, use this tool, and we look at the top of this last sell candle, look, it got perfectly tapped. So this stuff happens for a reason. When you have this sell candle right here, they don't want to leave that. They don't want to leave that. They're going to want to come and get that money and get out of those positions because it popped off, right? And that's what this wick did right here. It came and got it. So if you look at every sell candle, and this is not in our favor. This is not good news. But every sell candle has been tapped. Had this sell candle tapped right there. This sell candle tapped right there. So this sell candles and these sell candles haven't been tapped yet. It came to here, but it did not get into these. So perhaps we could see at least a pull down to here, in which case maybe we protect because we are so. Or what we'll do is probably get out of that first position that I'm in, that first full lot, and leave this second full lot up and running. Yeah. Okay. Sending out little text messages. Let's see this fucker reject. And two, here, this is the 88.6, right? We're sitting on the 88.6 right here. And we are overbought. We are not really divergent. It just keeps hanging out on this super oversold area. I think if we go to another time frame, perhaps, yeah, now it's divergent. See how the price here is also matching up with the highest part of the RSI, and it keeps continuing to go up as the strength continues to go down. So, um, you know, I wouldn't mind if it tapped me in right there. Obviously, I do. I'm already in two positions for Nasdaq, though, right? No, one position for Nasdaq on the short side of things, which I'm in drawdown. It's okay, but I'm also have a runner on the buy side, which is basically leveling those two out, like $6, $6 difference, nothing, basically break even. But this US 30 needs to come on and go down. 7 o'clock. Is it going to fuck around and wait for 7:30? And then, okay, so let's do this then. If this is all London session, I mean, I would, man, it would be so nice if it came back down and filled in a lot of this London session. And so, I mean, maybe it opens up and then New York comes in, fills the London session again, which would be this last sell candle, the bottom of this area. Let's delete this. 3 people. What up, 3 people in the morning? I'm just trying to find some scalpy entries this morning. I don't know if I have to leave the house. And so I normally, as you guys know, normally start around 7:30 when there's news, but there really is no news today. And I figured if I'm going to be up scalping entries on 30 and Nasdaq, I might as well just go live. Fuck it, right? Um, and so I did take an entry on 30 right here. Right, it gave me a little bit of drawdown. And so basically, what I'm playing is, if you're just joining, I'm playing that the double top. This was a wick. It's kind of hard to see because I have a split screen, but um, this on a different time frame is a wick. So I was playing that wick fill, which is the top of this box, as you can see right there. Also, let's just, I guess we can look at 30 real quick. I just noticed there's 4 more people in here, so let's look at 30 real quick and figure out why I'm trying to take this entry on 30. On the local stuff, on the small time frames, on the smaller time frames, you can see that there's the wick right here. Over here, excuse me. I was filling in this wick right here, which is also right at the top of my 88.6. Okay. So I'm scalping. When I say I'm scalping, I'm really taking small entries. 80. What is it? Oh, this is NAS. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Get my head straight. All right, so there we are. That's what I'm doing now. Is I'm scalping. I'm trying to double top this right here. This wick, these two wicks, right? I don't want it to come up here, over here to 39,600. I also see that the big move from last week on Thursday, I believe, was this 23.6 TP. So this big move is hitting TP right now. And then I've looked at this area. We had a push, and then this. I mean, I don't want to say it broke structure, but I mean, it did break these lows, but it did just wick and close black below. I don't like the fact that it closed back above. Excuse me. I don't like that. But if we were to draw a fib from there to there, which I obviously did, our sell zone has unfortunately gotten broken. So I'm going to play the double top. So it's a scalp. It's a small entry, small stop loss, but the risk to reward on these scalp trades is crazy because you really want it to go down and retrace all that stuff. So is this it? Is this the double retrace? And again, for stop loss, what I'm using is 39,600, which is basically that sell fib, and that's the 10% of that fill fib. So 39,600 is actually up here. I gave it some more room, but no big deal because if you really look, it looks like it's big now because we're so zoomed in, but it's only 35 pips. So I'm cool for 35 pip risk on another full lot. So right now I'm on 30. I'm in for 2 full lots. Because really I want to see if I can get a retest of this well, this is a trap area, really. This is like a trap candle right there. So price popped off and sellers jumped in and printed 3 sell candles right there, right? And then of course the bulls came back in and smashed them. So there's people, there are banks, there's somebody who's trapped here. So perhaps this is started to become like a bell curve parabolically, come back down and tap out and let these guys get out of their trades at break even and whatnot. And if you also look at this sell right here and you fib that, the 61.8 extension is right above that area. So I'll be willing to take TP at that. Now, if we did catch this entry and we are lucky, this is a let's see if we can figure out what the R to R is on this thing. What does it say? 7.82. Yeah. So I mean that's a solid trade. 7-1 risk. And then I have another entry, like I said earlier, down here somewhere. So we'll be able to at least move that first lot to break even and get out of that trade. Maybe it's some profit, and then we'll keep that higher lot running. It is starting to stall now. We're on a 5-minute time frame, so we are starting to stall. But unfortunately, this momentum. So, I mean, for me, hopefully that's just the market manipulation to fill in this wick, and then we come down. Again, I would have loved it to just reject this 88.6, but it didn't do that. And honestly, with this much momentum, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. You got tapped in the NAS. I did not get tapped in the NAS yet. I am, I guess, a very small pip away, I guess. Yeah. I'm still a few pips away. I guess my entry here is 18,236. So I'm only guessing. What my brain was thinking was like 50% of this area. 18. Yeah. 18,236. Yeah. 18,236 is right here somewhere. Because I'm already in a position, right? Oh, so I think what I did was this. I think I did this. Filled in half of that wick, or half of that doji candle right there. And that's probably where my entry is. 18,233. Yeah, it's 18,336 right in that area. So yeah, I'm not quite there. 18,336, which would be up here. Right there. So let's see. And if it rejects from here and just goes, I'll be fucking happy. Now look, we are still we are still divergent. I mean, it's just getting prices getting higher and the RSI is getting lower. It's tapping that 70. It's tapping the top of that oversold. So I mean, perhaps we can get something here. We're still, I'm still not tapped in yet. This US 30 is fucking relentless, man. This US 30 is relentless. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this 30 scalper sniper entry. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's just going. I mean, maybe it's doing one of these. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, the idea is I guess the only thing that's really wrong with my thinking right now, if we have to do this retrospectively, is that there's so much momentum. Like, look at this momentum. We're really trying to catch the bull by the tail, I suppose. And maybe maybe that's not smart. Obviously, it's not smart. We haven't had a true break of structure, and this wasn't, in my opinion. It depends on what time frame you're looking at. I guess I would like this to be the break of structure here because it broke below here. But I mean, it just now filled in this wick and broke it. So is it just market manipulating, or is it just really going to set a new highs? The problem is there's so many people. I've been listening to Bloomberg a lot, and they're like, "Fed's going to cut rates this year. Fed's going to cut rates." Blah 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 blah. It's like, you know, it's all hypothetical bullshit. They have no idea, and I guess they're thinking that inflation is starting to cool down, and therefore maybe hold rates steady for the next rate decision, and then on the last quarter of the year, the last Fed rate decision is when they're going to maybe lower it a basis point or a quarter basis point, whatever, which is pure fucking speculation. This needs to recheck right now. Like this candle needs to close below this wick, and this is on the 15-minute. I'll leave it on the 15-minute. Well, as far as it needs to close below this 15-minute wick. This just needs to come down now. Stop screwing around and see. Look. Okay. Also, let's do this. So I'm not sure if you guys watched the video last night that I posted, but I wanted to do this, and unfortunately, all this shit is on the screen. Let's do this. Let me just fucking. I don't know why I don't just delete all this shit. Say, too sweet to me. Okay, here we go. Let's just fucking come on. So much stuff. You know what? Fuck this. Just delete this shit. Okay. So what was I doing last night? I was looking at this. Let's do bars pattern from here to here. Right? Right like that. I mean, when I was looking at this last night, I was like, Jesus, dude, look at that. So again, the top. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna match up the top of the bar pattern to the top of this pattern. Right? Highs to highs, right there. Perfect. Look at how close these bars are matching up. Consolidation. The lows are right here in this lows. The pullback's right here at this pullback, then another low, and then here's the top, right? There's the top. And then so I would love to see this turned around. So here's the difference though. Right? So if this was the turnaround spot that broke the structure, there's the entry. Okay? There's the entry. And then you could have done this, right? Because this is now a new. This is why I love trading these fibs, because this is now a new lower low, which means what? This is the entry, 78.6. Okay, that's leg one, leg two. Both of them hit TP, right? TP2, 236, it hit on this second leg, 236, it hit. This is what I'm looking for. This is why I like playing these fibs and these fib zones, right? So we just saw, right? Now, obviously, market conditions are different, sentiment's different, blah, 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 but that just broke structure. It's 100%, right? That just broke structure. We're in the buy zone. So the fact that I'm trying to take shorts isn't, I'm not off my fucking rocker. I just don't know where in the shit they're going to be at. We're trying to figure that out. You know what? Let me just zoom out of here. I'm just going to delete all these drawings. I don't give a shit about them. I can redraw them. Redo. So we know we're in our sell zone. What we need to do now is come down and tighten this up. So we had the last order block here that it's taking out now. Right? I'm going to draw a horizontal line just to show me where the top is. And so now we know where this gap is. Right? There's the gap. And there's the 50% of the gap. All right, let's delete these. I'm not looking to see if you guys have comments right now. Give me a second. Yeah. All right. No comments. Again, I'm not really expecting a huge crowd this morning or whatever. I'm just kind of doing my own deal. I'm not giving away the account this morning. I'm just on the markets trading. So I figured I would come in here and do this live. And there's the break. There's the break. So now we're really trying to dial in a fucking entry. So that's it, dude. That's it. 88.6. Right there, it tapped perfectly on the 88.6. It filled in that doji candle. The only thing we don't have is like a trend line. Hasn't broken, which is cool. I'm not mad about that. We are divergent. And there's a fucking entry, man. That's it. That's the entry. I don't know why. I just don't. I have just so many lots open right now that I just don't know if I should pull the trigger on that other entry. That's another half a lot. I'm already in for 1, 2, like fucking 2.5 lots. Fade. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it. If you haven't entered Nasdaq, there's not a bad entry right there. The risk reward is fucking gigantic. I'm not gonna take it because I'm already in 2 Nasdaq, or actually in 1 Nasdaq position. But really, you want to see this, then you really want to see something crazy. If you catch that entry, that might just be the entry that really runs this bitch back down. You want to see. And we look on the bottom side, right? We look down here. There's an order block. For sure, there's an order block right there, and that's also support and resistance, right? That's also support and resistance. So there's not inconceivable that this market will come down to that. You catch this entry, that could be a 12-to-1 entry. Now, I'm not saying that it's, there's an order block, there's consolidation here, which again is kind of support and resistance there, right? There. That's an area, and even there, and it's still a 7-to-1 trade. I think that's the entry right there. I think that was it right there. So we'll see. What this shit is 30 doing? Maybe I should just stop fucking with 30 for a while and just go back to Nasdaq. Yeah, I think it's consolidating. It's waiting for 7:30, but there's no news. So 39,600 is my stop loss, which is, not very far away. 39,600 right there is my stop loss. Let's make this a different color. Let's make it yellow because everything else is red. There it is. That's my stop loss. Let's let these fucking bears step in, dude. Put in the comments, are you guys in any of these sales? I know somebody, I think Wisconsin, said he was selling NAS, which is a good sell. DC, are you in any trades? We've only got 2 people in here. I don't even know who's in here right now. Me and you, what things we got to do. Again, I'm not trying to make this live trading like super exciting and have all this. This is just me trading. This fucking momentum right here is going to knock me out, dude. It should have rejected. It should have rejected right there. And so this is either pure manipulation of filling this wick. But again, I mean, if it fills in the wick, it doesn't have to do it like to the T. Sometimes, like, train needs time to slow down, right? So sometimes could be the slowdown. But I would just love to see some big dick bank come in and drop the fucking hammer right now and just sell. Right? What's up, Zara? I see you there, bud. I mean, they filled the gap. I would love to see that. Someone just come here and be like, you know what? I'm good on this profit. We're right here at the 236 extension. Take those sales, dude. Sell your shit. Supply and demand. We need supply. We need some bank to come in and just drop the hammer and be like, we're just offloading all this. I do remember I said 15-minute candle. I said it earlier. It needed to close below. And it didn't, but it did give us a doji. And so now this one is starting to sell off. Doji, sell. So if this closes below this 15-minute candle, then only because this was a doji, right? So now if this closes below, I'll feel a lot happier. There we go. Come on. If this would have been a normal bull candle, right, then I would not have been happy. But the fact that it closed doji gives me a little more confidence. Come on, baby. Let's go. What's NASDAQ? Is NASDAQ selling off too then? Hell yeah. Look, I call fucking shit. Look at that entry. Look at that entry. I didn't take it, but I said this is it. And look, there you go. Come on, fuckers. Imagine. I think Wisconsin's in that fucking short. I mean, yeah, just got tapped in a NAS. That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. I hope that's the entry. There it is. And if this breaks this trend line and then it subsequently breaks this, if it breaks that, then it's going to be adios amigos, if you ask me. If we look on the higher time frame, there is some ground to make up. I mean, if you're a fair value gap trader, I mean, there are some gaps there. Look at this fucking gap. Right? There are some gaps to be had down here. There are some market inequalities, if you will. Let's come back into this 15. So if you're wondering why I'm saying random words, it's because I'm listening to music on my earphones at the same time I'm doing this. So this fucking 30. Come on, dude. It gives you like a little whoop whoop, and then it says, no, we're just fucking with you, dude. We're not really selling off. So there's NAS selling off right on the 88.6. 88.6, where the blue line is, look, it touched it perfectly. And then boom, there's a lot of people then that had their algorithm set to 88.6 sell. So, I mean, that gives me some confidence, man. That gives me some confidence. That the fibs, I'm not batshit crazy when I talk about the fibs, right? I mean, why else would it touch the fib to the fucking pip and then sell off? Now, obviously on 30, we got some work to do on tightening up these fibs because it's not the right one, I guess. Let's look at 30 a little different here. Because okay, so I guess on 30, because we're zoomed in on fib, the real 88.6 then on 30 is the higher time frame, which is up here, and it's not there yet. So perhaps that's where we're going wrong on 30. We're trying to be too cutesy. But we do have some divergence. We do have some other stuff going for us, so it's not completely out of the mind. And so, luckily I'm basically at break even now on my other entry on US30. I think I'm in $4. It says I'm in $4 a drawdown right now. So that's not shit. Especially when you're playing with the full lot. So I'm basically at break even, like a half a pip or something. So there's my entry there then. And I think on my second lot, my second lot is, I don't know, in this area. I'll probably move that to break even and deleverage this. Matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it right now. So US30 stop loss 3,600. Let's just move that to 0 value. I'm going to move it to $1 in profit. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, stop. Yeah, stop loss. Stop loss 36. 0. Set for all US. No, I don't want to set for all 0. Okay, close this out. 39, 541. Oh, I can't. Oh, I have to do the TP. That's why. Okay. 1. Okay, so my first lot I put at break even. Come on, 30. It's just on the okay. It's on the 5-minute. 30 is starting to come down. I wanted to see the 30 on the 15-minute close below. So that's what we're watching here. That fucker needs to close below, which I'm good. And if this is starting to sell, we're good there. What is this doing? And SP is selling off as well. I'd love to see all of these in confluence with each other sell off. So then again, and I put this in the video last night. I know there is only one person in here now. I'm also in the same 30 trade, but I went 39.6%. Yeah, there you go. So I'm guessing in Wisconsin, you're the only one left in here. No, there's 3 people. I was going to show news real quick, right? Let's do this. Even know me. Let me pull the news up. So there's nothing on Monday. We have no news today. We have some red folders on Tuesday, right? And we have old Powell speaking tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, which is relatively early in the day. And then Wednesday's the ball. I mean, look at Wednesday, right? The ball is dropping on Wednesday. So what does that mean for us? Well, it means the market is going to either set itself up in a good buy position or a good sell position. That's my take. So if this market is truly bullish, then I would love to see this sell off over the next 2 days and then put us in a position to buy up on Wednesday. Or it does the opposite of that, right? And we'll figure out what it's going to do today and tomorrow, but it does the opposite of that and sets us up for a good sell position tomorrow. So if some news comes out on Wednesday, excuse me, I mean, if you ask me, we're already in the sell spot. So this either does 3 things, right? It sells off now, it makes us buy on Wednesday. It stays where it's at, and then we sell. Exactly. That's like the consolidation. It consolidates, or it buys up from here, in which case we scratch our fucking heads because it really shouldn't break this 88.6. And then perhaps we play the double top, but I don't really feel too comfortable playing that double top because we're flying too close to the sun almost, right? And knowing that that's basically a double top, that there's liquidity sitting here. And again, I don't want to play with the third touch of liquidity. I don't want to play the third time, right? Let's go out to the daily. Yeah, we're at all-time highs. We're at all-time highs. So that's not something I'm interested in. What I am interested in is redoing one of these. I'm interested in this. All right. So again, let's just do this then, just because I'm bored. Where's that ghost arrow at? Ghost pattern, right? I would love to see this. Ooh, I would love to see this because we're shorting now, and this is the 61 point. I mean, dude, this first fib 61.8 down here. God, I would love to see that. What are we, like a 30 pip entry and then have it come all the way down to the 61.8 extension? Dude, I'd be so stoked for that. Right? We're in here for some crazy small. I'd love a 30-1 fucking risk to reward trade. So that's what I'd like to see, and we're in the area for that to happen. Right? The sells are the only thing that's even imaginable. But the problem is the whole fucking market knows that people like me are selling right now. So it's probably going to fuck us first. I am in profit now on the US30 on my scalp entry, and I never got tagged in my NASDAQ entry. Yeah, I never got tagged into it. I missed it by, I don't know, 20 pips, 15 pips. That's all right. We can still get a wick on market open, art news, whatever, in 1 minute. Let's just wait. Here we go. We got 1 minute left. Let's see what the fuck this is going to do. Let's put this back on the 15-minute. Reset both of these. All right. NASDAQ's on the 5. We'll put 30 on the 5. And we'll delete this because I'm in profit. That's not the right entry. Let's see what happens now. 1 minute left. Less than a minute. There's really not any news. I didn't even check to see what the other folders were, which, you know, it could be a fucking big nothing burger. There's 7:30. So whatever news was out just dropped. And we did on NASDAQ. I mean, that is a pretty good engulfing sell candle, right? Even on the 15-minute, that's a good engulfing sell candle. We did not get that on 30, but what did we get on 500? We did get it on 500. So NASDAQ and 500 both had good engulfings. So let's see if that'll push 30 with it. Let's see if we can get this break. We would really be happy with the break of this trend line right now. I'm not a trend line breaker guy. I don't take entries off trend line. I take them above it. So I'm not looking to enter again. I'm already in. But it is helpful to know where these trend lines are. So if we come back to 30, let's look at the 15. And we'll see if we can see a decent trend line somewhere here. Let's say it on the words that can be right there. So we're quite a ways away. But again, if it breaks the trend line here, then, you know, I have marked up the bottom liquidity sitting here. You would want to see it break all this liquidity actually right here. If it breaks that trend line and then breaks this area, breaks the trend here, and then breaks below this consolidation, then these wicks are getting filled, and then I think it's actually going to go. Because then you have, and if it breaks this, then you're really off to the races, right? So this is where some people would like to do the breakout trading. But you know, you gotta think maybe it's going to do a little wick, close below, and start buying back up. So I'm not a breakout trader, but I would like to see if this trend line gets broken, at least to fill in this gap right there where that order block was. And since we're sitting here being bored watching this shit move slowly, let's throw some more sauce on this. Let's look. I want to do these. I want to start using these more as well. Just, you know, for QT time, which is a gay ass term, but whatever. Okay, so that's not really where I want it. What is this right here? Yeah, that's kind of better, huh? So the way I use these fans is, again, I'm 100%. You got to go to structure, right? And I don't like. Okay, so let's look at this. I don't really like the fan being here at this top because it has all this above it, right? So that's not the structure that I want to go to. So therefore, it's this point, which actually makes some sense because it broke that high. So from the low, then the lowest low in this area break, that's the new high. And so, in my opinion, the fan, when it goes to structure, then sets up the fan for the rest of the move. So if this is the bottom, we're going off, and this is the top, these levels will then play out for the rest of the move, right? And so if we look for confirmation that our fan is in the correct spot, we have a little bit, touching. It's not perfect. Touch there, touch there, touch there, right? So we're kind of in the middle of this fan. What I would really love to see that touch there, and now this break this line, which is actually our trend line as well, which is, again, that's so crazy that I just drew that trend line there. Let's let's just hide. Let's just delete this fan real quick. Before I even drew the fan, right? I had this trend line sitting right there. That's my trend line. Let's delete some of this stuff, right? Let's delete that trend line. Let's hide this moving average. We don't need moving averages right now. Hide moving average. Hide moving average. So that's the trend line, and we put the fan on top of it. Look how the trend line matches. I mean, almost perfect with my fan. So that lets you know too that's a solid trend line. It's a real solid trend line. So I'm cool with that. We'll leave that fan right there. This is what we want to break, right? So if you guys are trade with Andy, whatnot, and if it breaks there, it's coming to there. We don't want that. Yeah, that's what we do want to happen. We do not want this to come in and break and try to find these other trend lines up here. Give me a second. Yeah, what's up, T? It's just me. It's just me, Clay, Bill. And Clay was out of town. Yeah, I mean, cool. I'm dressed, ready to go. I just don't want to drive all the way down there and not know. You know what I'm saying? No, yeah, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, I didn't put him on standby for Monday because we didn't know what was going to happen, right? Yeah, no, they did not. From what I understand, they did not confirm that we were good to go today. But you know, yeah, no worries. Yeah, let me. Then what I'll do is I'll try to text Renee right now and see if she can confirm we're good for today too. Let me text her real quick now that it's 7:30 because they should be open now. All right. Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. I'll sort it out and I'll text later. All right. Well, Nasdaq just hit my fucking stop loss, and there's another 1% down today, motherfucker. Yeah, dude, that damn US 30 is just being relentless right now, and so it is what it is on 30. maybe this is one of those. I just hang out on US30 and stop fucking with it for a while. Uh, Let me just check here. All right. I still have my 80. I still have this position open for Nasdaq up here, which again is like it hasn't filled yet, but my enters 12,236. So I'm about to get up and have to leave right now. 12,236. Ooh, right there. So we are some pips away. My entry is right there. That US30 is just relentless. And so, and I kind of said it, but I was risking the dice. I said, when the momentum is like this, whew, like we should really be waiting for rejection or pullback. So the entry here, rejection or pullback, was the right entry. Unfortunately, US30 is just doing one of these, right? And we don't have a break of structure yet and a pullback to go off of. That break of structure and pullback was right there, and it failed because the bulls are still in control, man. The bulls are still in control. And again, I guess the only saving grace for me is like, why the fuck is this happening? Is because really we're really not even at the 88.6 yet. So we're dicking around, screwing around inside here. Let me delete all this shit. We're screwing around with price inside of here when really the 88.6 is right there. It hasn't been hit yet. Right. So market could just be pushing, waiting for that 88.6. And apparently that's what it's doing still. So you know what? I'm going to do this as well. I'm tired of all these drawings. We're starting over. New week, new drawings. Unfortunately, it just started off with a fucking 1% L. But look at this fucking fair value gap sitting right inside of there. Right? That fair value gap sitting right inside there. We have the 88.6 sitting right inside there. So we're going to have to figure out something on how to catch this. So if we split this fair value gap then in half, I'm going to leave that right there. We'll delete this box. And perhaps that's where we need to start looking for sells is now in this little area. This little gap right inside there. All right, so that's it for today on US30. I took my 1% L. I'm walking away. I'm not going to chase it. I have not got entered in my NASDAQ, but it's very possible it's going to get tagged any second now. And Goldilocks, I did a full breakdown on Goldilocks last night. And my homeboy sold it right here, though. That's a fucking entry, dude. Homeboy got a good entry. I just think the better entry's up here. So if I was him, I would be starting to take out TP, especially because you're getting into this area right in there. So there's actually, this is it right here. There's the last trap candle right here. Right there is the last trap candle. And the price just touched damn near the top of that trap candle with the doji. So I'm going to text him, close partials. Where is he at? Where's my boy Sammy? Sammy, my boy, if you're in here listening, which I don't think you are. All right. That's the day, gentlemen. That's the day for me. This NASDAQ's going to hit any second now. Again, sniper type entry. We're only risking, or I'm only risking, risking 42 pips on that trade. And it's a half a lot. half lot on NAS, risking 42 pips. I still have my runner open, and I still have my other position open. It's in drawdown. So see if we can catch that. You guys have a good day. I'm going to cut out of here. I got fucking somewhere to go. Let me go into this stream, Jan. All right, thanks, guys, for joining in. Sorry we cost that L. It is what it is. Like.